Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. The holidays are here, mi gente. And bueno, our next guest is joining us today to share healthy vegan options for the holiday season. She is a vegan chef and nutrition coach who aims to bring food and nutrition awareness to the Bronx as a world traveler. She's worked with organizations such as the New York Botanical Gardens, Bronx Night Market, Bronx Eats Inc., Planet Based Expo, and has worked in New York City's top vegan restaurant, Cadence, New York. She believes that everybody is different and that there is power in understanding basic nutrition and power in plant based lifestyles, which leads her business. So, here to share more, we welcome vegan chef and nutrition coach Kris Loudermilk, aka Kris Da Bronx vegan, who is no stranger to Open.
Yes.
Pero, this is the first time we have you in person.
I know. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me, Rhina.
Me too. I get to taste it.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I'm like, all right, we're not just gonna talk about it. We're gonna
We're
be
gonna
about
eat.
it.
Yep, that's
All right.
it.
So, let's talk a little bit about how you've been able to build on this transformational lifestyle that really you're enrolling and inviting individuals to take on as part of their own lifestyle practice.
Well, let's consider the time of the year, right? So we're at the end of the year, Thanksgiving, New Year's Eve time. People are making resolutions. They're thinking, okay, I don't want to do the same thing that I did this year and next year. I don't want to repeat the same cycle. So I'm really honing in on that and really like leveraging that energy to say, how do you want to transform your life? How do you see your best life? And that's what I do for folks. I help them to be their best selves and whatever that means. So I meet people where they're at and I say like, all right, so let's take it a step at a time. Maybe you want to be plant-based. Maybe you want to be vegan, or you just want to dibble and dabble. I can help you and guide you there.
All right, now share the difference between plant-based, vegan, and vegetarian.
Okay, so vegetarian, you'll see recipes that have eggs or cheese. They are dairy products. Vegan is no dairy products, so no cheese, no milk, nothing from an animal, even including honey. So the alternate to that would be agave or maple syrup. And the other one was plant-based.
Yes.
So I think plant-based talks more of like a whole food diet. So we're talking about like fruits and vegetables, not just vegan made items. So there are like vegan made items, say for example, like Beyond Meat, Impossible Meat, that's vegan, but not necessarily based in whole food plants or vegetables or fruits.
And so let's just say someone is interested in making this lifestyle change and it's, I want to say, not cost effective, right? Because I find that being vegan and not that I'm a vegan, you know, because I do eat chicken and fish, but I'm conscious. I'm conscious of the foods that I am ingesting, and sometimes they cost more. They cost a lot more money. And so it becomes like almost like a privilege.
That's pretty sad because I feel like being vegan, it's about abundance, right? So you have so many different options, fruits, vegetables, and then to go to the grocery store and see an avocado for $3 as opposed to something else that may be like $1 or so, it kind of separates folks and it makes it hard to grasp this idea of how can I do this? How can I be vegan? How can I get my protein or things like that? So, you know, raising the prices on fruits and vegetables, I mean, that's the base of our diets, right? That's the base of a healthier lifestyle. And to make it removed and to take away that access is something I also talk about. And that's why I go in stores and like in the Bronx and I'm like, okay, let's talk about like our local bodegas. Let's talk about the things that are like around us and see what's there. So I like to talk about cultural foods. So like plantains, like the avocado, like I said, but like the really big avocado, the ones that we're used to. And okay, this is how much it is.
Right.
We don't have to go to Whole Foods or we don't have to go to, you know, some high-end store just to get quality fruits and vegetables. Because
that are essential on top of everything else. So let's talk about the ingredients in these platters, right? Because I want to assume they're vegan, but you tell me otherwise.
They are definitely vegan. I wouldn't necessarily say they're health forward, but they are more like for the holiday something to indulge in. And then, you know, when folks think about like pies, it may be far from them to understand that this is vegan. You know, you can make it this way with plant-based items.
Okay, so wait, let's just back up a little bit because you said I wouldn't say they're health forward,
Right.
but yet they're vegan. So I think a lot of us assume vegan it means health forward, right?
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about that. Let's break that down a little further.
And that's very nuanced. So a lot of folks, like you said, think vegan means healthy.
Right.
Not necessarily.
Right.
So pastries primarily can be more fat, more sugar, maybe like, you know, some salt items in there, but it's primarily flour, sugar, and butter. Right. So that's why I said it's not necessarily health forward, but yeah, being vegan, you can be a carbitarian. I mean, no judgment.
Right.
You know, that's just how you live your life. That's fine. But it doesn't necessarily equate to, oh, this is healthy. There are things you can do to make it like take away the sugar. So actually in this pie here, I use coconut palm sugar.
Okay, so what is this pie here that we're
This
looking
one
at?
is actually cheddar chive cornbread.
Cheddar chive cornbread.
Yes.
Oh no, I know you're serving me one. Cheddar
Yes, I
chive.
am.
Yes, no, let's talk about it and
Okay.
taste it. Let's do it.
Let's do
Yeah.
it. Let me
Cheddar
grab your
chive
plate
cornbread.
here.
I'm a
Is there one
cornbread
that you
lover.
like?
No,
No,
just
anyone?
it
Okay,
don't
I'm gonna
even
give
matter.
you. I'm gonna give you the biggest
You said
one.
cornbread. That was the
Yeah.
magic word. I'm
we
over
go.
here thinking it's pie, and you're like,
No,
cornbread.
this is cornbread.
Oh no.
Let me grab one myself.
Yeah, help yourself. Yeah. let me
Thank
help
you.
there.
Actually, that's better.
Yeah.
That's much easier.
Okay.
So-
As I dive in.
Okay, so this was inspired by just like, you know, that blue Jiffy box, the cornbread that's in the store. My mom used to make that. No shade,
Right.
no foul. But I
Right.
wanted to incorporate some of the chive and that cheddar in there, that savoriness from it. So I was like, ooh, this is a way to kind of make it different. This is a way to like appeal to some other like, you know, aspects. What do you think?
It's really fresh. You saw
Thank
I went
you.
in for, I did,
Yeah,
I double
double
dipped. I
bite.
double dipped. I double dipped. I was like,
love
wait
that.
a minute.
I love that, and it's perfect with tea. I like it warm, like fresh in the morning. It's just, it's so good. It's so amazing.
It tastes fresh. It tastes light. It does taste, you can taste the chives in it. You know, I tend to like my cornbread a little buttery, and so it has that in it, but not too much.
Got it.
So that there isn't any disappointment in
got it.
like being cheated out of that flavor.
Right.
No, it matters. It matters
Right.
because it's all about the flavor.
Absolutely.
And that's
Absolutely.
what's going to allow somebody to really stay and stick to this practice. So,
Yes.
so what's the ingredients?
So, flour, all-purpose flour, baking powder. I use the chives. I use the vegan cheddar cheese that I like, cornmeal, and coconut milk, and salt, and a little bit of sugar just to balance things out.
Nice.
Yeah.
That it's really good. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just gonna have to take my word on that. So, what else do we have here?
Okay, so this one I actually did especially for today. It comes from inspiration from when I used to make a lot of sweet potato pies. But I also like came up with this thing that's like, let me make a sweet potato pie casserole when I was making sweet potato pies. So this is a mix of the pie and the casserole together. So you have like a streusel on top. All right, a streusel on top. Which one would you like?
I think we can split one because I'm probably gonna eat one all by myself.
Which
So
one do
maybe
you think
wanna
is good?
split- Yeah.
This one? Okay,
Yeah.
let's do that.
All right.
I'm gonna grab your fork here, okay?
Yeah, because that's yeah.
So you have some sweet potato filling,
Uh-huh.
and then I did a pecan streusel on top.
Okay,
to-
this is a sweet potato casserole.
This is a sweet potato pie inspired by a sweet potato
casserole,
casserole.
oh.
Yes. And I was just
love
like,
this.
let me just zhuzh it up for today.
Well,
Let's
because
see.
it's got potato in it.
It has sweet potato in it.
Oh
Don't do that, Rhina.
Wow.
And that's my recipe that I came up with, that I've tested, that I've tried, and did so many different things with. And I was like, you know what? Let me do a little streusel for today.
I'm in love.
You can have the whole thing.
Have
Have it all. Have it all.
Wow. All right, but you could keep talking while I just have another. I'm double dipping again.
So I am known for my sweet potato pies. I'm known for my pumpkin pies. I make a lot of sweets, but I try to stay away from them just for also my health as well. Because like I said, you know, pastries, it's a lot of flour, and then you have the sugar and the butter. So this is nice and indulgent for a vegan Thanksgiving, for sure.
You're not going to share the ingredients on that one, right?
This one is a personal recipe, but I'm happy to make pies for anyone who is interested. So that one is near and dear to my heart.
Okay,
Yeah.
Kris Da Bronx vegan on Instagram. And so, what's the last one we have up here?
Okay, so this is the same. So
Oh,
this
it's the
is
same.
yeah, it's
Oh,
a
okay.
cheddar
It's
type
just
cornbread.
oh, good. So we got through it, and I
Yeah.
got to tell you, I am hooked on your.
Honored.
What is it? It's not a casserole. It's
No, it's just a sweet potato pie with a little pecan streusel on top. That's
with
it.
the pecan, and it's because I love pecan pie.
Oh.
See, I'm so caught up, I'm blanking out. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so good.
Yeah, thank you. I
Yes.
really appreciate that.
So, if you had to advise our guests on, let's just say, being during the holidays. I mean, we're already past Thanksgiving, right? So Thanksgiving,
basically.
leftover. Sorry we couldn't catch you before then. However,
Right.
we still got Christmas, Kwanzaa,
Exactly.
Hanukkah, New Year's, all that. What would you recommend that they incorporate into their dishes?
To keep it more well balanced, definitely some vegetables, right? So for my family, collard greens, we do actually did asparagus last year for my partner. Anything green, really. Brussels sprouts is great. There's so many things, honestly. So as long as you have your green, you have a good balance of your carbohydrates. So if you're having like a mashed potato or something like that, perfect.
So greens.
Yeah, greens.
Greens. Yeah.
Especially collards. I love collards because they just have so many different minerals. It's like, to me, a superfood. Love collards.
Okay, now because, and this is the last question I'm going to ask you, and because we have a high rate of diabetes
Right.
within our people of color community,
Yes.
and so I think that really the food contributes to that, and so we're talking a little bit about sugar
Yeah.
and so forth, but what would you also recommend for, let's say, anybody who is trying to either reverse a diagnosis and or is pre and or is just trying to be preventative?
To just understand the basics, right? Because like I said, there's power in basics. So understanding if you are diabetic or if you have high blood pressure, what is contributing to that, and start to take away from that if you can, very slowly. So say, for example, with the sugar, this is indulgent, right? So this is strictly for the holidays. We're not eating sweet potato pie every day,
Right.
So we can understand that, and then also take a look at your lifestyle, right? What are you eating every day? And I suggest to clients, do a little journal, no judgment, just write what you eat every day, and then see, okay, how can I scale back a little bit? So baby steps. That's what I would suggest to start to, if you want to reverse something, start with the basics.
Right, and it's doable, and
Yeah,
it's possible.
it's absolutely doable.
It's all a consciousness.
It is.
It is.
And it's habits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have knowledgeable individuals such as
Yes,
Kris
thank you.
here,
Yes.
who you can reach out to. Thank you for bringing this
please.
here
Thank you.
to us. Once again, Kris Loudermilk, vegan chef and nutrition coach. And if you're interested in more, you can visit her Instagram at Kris Da Bronx Vegan. And stay tuned. There's more open when we return, but we gotta see what's gonna happen because I'm gonna have to work out after that.